Good morning. I hope your day is off to a great start. What do you do when your heart is betrayed? How do you cope with that? Well, as part of my story today, I'm going to share a little bit from my book, Choosing a Way Out. And when my husband revealed his pornography addiction, what I had to deal with was the betrayal that I felt. And I didn't know how to place that into words. Yes, initially we reached out to some friends who gave us some wonderful guidance and gave us hope. And then as part of the recovery process, Dave reached out to another friend of ours who helped us come up with a plan to develop what was called a restoration team. That team was a group of people who basically came around us and coached us through this process. But I still hurt. My heart still hurt, and I didn't know how to talk about it. But let me read you what I wrote about this. By this time in the process, I knew how hurt and angry I was with Dave. I didn't know how to talk about it and with whom, so I didn't. Dave came home from the initial meeting with Rob, the counselor, looking very puzzled. Evidently, during this session, Rob asked Dave if he thought I was unaffected by his pornography addiction. Dave responded the same way he'd responded to me. It was his problem, so he needed to work on it. Rob bluntly told Dave that his pornography usage was as if he'd committed adultery, physical infidelity, in our marriage. Dave had never made that connection before that moment. Rob challenged Dave to ask me directly if that is how I felt. Rob was right. That was how I was feeling, but I hadn't been able to frame the words so succinctly. I felt betrayed in every area of my life. I felt worthless, unseen, and unlovable. I felt thrown away. My inner condemning voices were gaining strength every day, and I was losing the battle faster than I realized. The dark hole widened its gaping mouth as it sucked me closer to its vortex. What I didn't realize at the time was I didn't know me either. Our marriage, though not a total sham, was teetering on the edge of disaster. I sensed it would only take one tiny movement to topple us. When Dave came home from that counseling session and asked me that question, the light bulb went on. Have you ever had one of those moments where somebody just says something to you off the cuff and all of a sudden you're like, that's it. That's exactly what's going on in my head, or that's exactly how I'm feeling. And when Rob voiced that question to Dave and told Dave that it was as if he had actually had an affair, the light bulb went on. That's how I felt. I felt betrayed in every sense of my being. It didn't help that I already felt unseen and worthless, that I was dealing with some of these issues myself. I just hadn't identified them yet. Throughout the counseling that we eventually did go through, and with the help of our restoration team who coached us through this process, I was able to begin to identify those root emotions that I needed to deal with in order to recover from the destruction that pornography brought to our marriage. And that's a key here. You need to figure out what's going on, and you need to find someone to talk to. It's not okay to keep it inside. That's not going to help. You must talk with someone trustworthy about your betrayal. I'm going to drop the link for my book, Choosing a Way Out, when the bottom is in the bottom, in case you'd like to read the entire story and learn the process that we went through. And it's an Amazon link, so it'll be in the comment section here just momentarily. Feel free to click on it, and it'll take you right to the book. There's the hardcover version, a softcover version, and an ebook version. But if you need to talk to someone who's been there, who understands, please reach out to me. I do understand. I've been there. You can send me an email at kirsten@kirstendsamuel.com. That's Kirsten. Middle initial is D as in Diane. Last name Samuel, Samuel, no S. Or send me a DM, and I promise you I will respond. I've been there. I'd love to encourage you and walk with you through the process that I've been through that has brought restoration and healing. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.